Hi everybody, got myself a pretty good game here. Somebody asked me to post it, so I figured I'd try and narrate it, get this done in one take. We'll see how this all comes out. Pretty good game here. I think you guys will probably enjoy it. I'll kind of go through and narrate what I was thinking as I was doing it to try and win this game. It's a pretty tight game throughout the entire match, and you need to have a particular set of circumstances develop in order to be able to have a game like this. As you guys will see, it's pretty rare. Anyway, starting off on the right side, on the C cap, and we're going to try and push up, try and take that cap. Pretty favorable matchup, only one destroyer on each side, and even distribution of cruisers and battleships. So being able to charge in there and get close, don't have to worry too much about it as far as destroyers go. So plus I've got 2 radars available to me, and I've got some teammates around me that can help. So getting in close and tight, I'm not too worried about it. But worried about getting crossed up from B, which can happen in this match. And the Constellation's a relatively fast ship. Showed my build using Sims earlier, so we'll take a quick look at that. And I got some epic mods on here for the reload as well. You'll see that pop up for reload and damage as the game goes on. Trying to pick my shots, the Shores pops up, and looking to see if he's going to give me a better angle. Kind of adjust my aim a couple times, see if I can score some hits. I get spotted, so immediately I'm going to start turning to the right and kind of kite away, looking for shots to come inbound. So I want to obviously avoid damage because I'm in a vulnerable position. Start seeing the other ships on my side. So we've got the New Orleans there, and I know I don't have a destroyer based on what's popping up here, so I can feel pretty safe about eventually dropping spot and maybe getting closer in so I can really drop some shots in these guys. So I'm going to kite away for a little while. Destroyer is on our side, and he's kind of going off way to the right, so it'll be a little while before he's going to be able to spot some things for me. So I'm just going to kite out here, keep moving, keep changing my direction, try and avoid these shots as they're dropping in. Went unspotted, so now I've got some free shots. It's an opportunity to be able to maybe land some on this New Orleans. So I'm going to try and wait for him to drift out from behind the rocks there and let some shots go. Hopefully score some good damage on him. So free shots, let him go. No spot, so I've got a good chance to hit him. And now that I see him, he's changing direction, and I whiff. So not too much going on so far. Shot at a Shores, had a chance to really hurt him. And shot out of New Orleans, had a chance to really hurt him as well, and whiffed. He's getting plunked a little bit, and since I'm unspotted, I'm going to try and change my position. If I can close to within 12 kilometers or 10 kilometers of a cruiser, then I can really start doing some damage. So some more free shots there. Still unspotted. Going to kind of charge into him, try and close that distance so that when he finally does see me, his options are going to be pretty limited. So the destroyer's out there sending torps. He's going to be aware of that. He can see me now, and now he's got to make a decision. So I'm holding shots for a moment, which I don't usually do, but since he's turning, I can see he's going to put himself in a pretty vulnerable spot. So let the shots go. There's not going to be too much he can do about it. He's hoping I overpen, and I'm hoping I do that. So one off the board. First one in the match. Got the Shores now, kind of sitting there engaged with some guys on the other side of the center cap, so I'm going to try and close some distance on him as well. Spotted by an airplane, but I'm not too worried about it. Not too much to shoot at me over here. There's a North Carolina someplace behind the island, which I don't think he's got an angle to shoot at me, so nothing's raining down. Shores shows me a good broadside, and he's hitting the brakes right into my shots. That's 2 off the board. So going to keep charging up. See that there's the Plymouth there, which when I get close to him, I know I can nuke him, so I'm not too worried about him. He's pretty capable, a lot of AP, fast firing, good torpedoes that I need to be aware of, 10 kilometers or so. And then he's kind of drifting out. I'm spotted by an airplane. He knows that I'm here, and he's turning out. So I'm trying to lead him, but he's got a pretty tight turn, so don't really land my shots the way I'd like to, and I think I plunk him here for about 4,500 or so. So get him for a little bit, but he's running out, and with the destroyer out here with a little bit of support, I'm hoping that we can take these guys down and try and stay ahead of the kill score here. So North Carolina giving me a pretty good broadside. Let these shots go. See what I can do to them. And take some big chunks. Another Citadel or so. I'd have taken him off the board. That would have been pretty impressive. But he's still alive. I'm aware of those torps probably coming, and I start my turn a little bit late because I was waiting for that North Carolina to give me a shot. So I take one, but not too bad. Plymouth still trying to kite away from me. He's giving me a pretty good shot, so I'm trying to get some shots onto him. He sees them coming, starts turning a little bit. Thought I was going to get a little bit more damage there, but put some pain into him. More torps. Got lucky to get away from those. Checking the center cap because I know I'm putting myself in a spot where I can get crossed up, but as long as they have people to engage, they're going to ignore me. So gonna try and focus on this Plymouth and try and catch him here. He's can't let him get away, especially when I can kind of one-shot what he has left. But he made a great turn, and I just whiffed on everything. Completely surrounded him. So I got the North Carolina running away from me. He knows there's a destroyer out here with all the torpedoes that were going by, so he's trying to keep himself from being in a vulnerable spot to get killed. In the meantime, he's only got rear guns on me. I'm going to keep working on the Plymouth. Plymouth makes a bad turn, and he goes down. So North Carolina is going to try and lead me away. I'm going to try not to fall for it because as I look over to my left, I know the Fletcher is there, and he's headed straight at me. He's pretty close into torpedo range, so I can't really ignore him. Can't really ignore North Carolina. Let some torps go, hoping that maybe I'll get lucky and they'll hit one. But that Fletcher's turning broadside to me now, almost running parallel to me. So I know torps are coming. I'm well within his range. He knows I'm engaged with the North Carolina, so he's got me at a disadvantage, but I know he's there. So I'm going to start making a hard left turn to try and get away from his torps that I'm anticipating coming, and try and take what I can off this North Carolina in the hopes that the destroyer will be able to take care of him. Destroyer's shooting at him, so he's a pretty nice distraction for me. He's kind of occupying the North Carolina, so I got to give that guy some credit because he knows the North Carolina can't take care of both of us at the same time out here by himself. So he's pretty low. Fletcher's in smoke. I've got to let the North Carolina go and hope that the destroyer can take care of him, and as it turns out, one of my torps happened to catch him, so I'm pretty excited about that. Waiting for my shots to come back, and going to use that radar to my advantage and try and see this Fletcher, who's very healthy, just kind of sitting there. Going to continue my left turn because I don't know where those torps are. I got to get skinny and end up taking a lot off the Fletcher. Got a lot of time left to reload, but I'm only going to have my rear gun, so got to make these shots count and get them off the board. We're not really ahead. I mean, no caps, behind on points. We're losing ships. All of a sudden, we lost a ship lead. I switched over to HE and caught just enough of them. Got him off the board. Was able to score the Kraken there, so feeling pretty good about that, but this game is far from being won. Got shots out of North Carolina, trying to get him off the board, and somebody beats me to it. That's okay. I don't care. I'm only interested in winning, not getting kills. Kills don't matter. Wins matter. Some people... There's always a conversation about kill stealing pops up every once in a while on the forums and the chats, and the reality is that wins matter, kills don't. If you're worried about kills, go play AI as far as I'm concerned. So trying to do everything I can to help my team win. We got the ship lead once again, no caps still. So, and there's not enough time. I mean, there's a lot of time, but there's not enough time really to be able to flip the caps given the ships that are out there. So working on the Kansas, he's not looking at me, so I'm going to try and get what I can off of him. I'm lucky he's not looking at me because he can punch through every part of my ship. So I'm trying to get a little bit skinny to minimize the number of ship shells that he can land on me, and then try and get broadside to him with all my guns in between the shots and try and work him down as much as possible and hope that the rest of my team can help me out. So he's going to continue to give me shots here. I'm going to keep working on him and try and get as much as I can off of him, and I get a pretty good chunk there. He's answers with his guns and gets a pretty good chunk off of me. I got the heal going. That's my last one though, so got to be careful. trying to put my team in a position to where we can win and finish these guys off. He's still giving me plenty to shoot at, so I take a big chunk out of him. Only got 2 other teammates. The destroyer looks like he's shooting at him again, so that's a big help. This guy is going to focus on trying to get him off the board, because he's right. He's probably the key to them winning this game. If he could get the destroyer off the board, he's the most important ship out there right now. So he fails at that, and I end up picking up another kill. So got a Brandenburg that is difficult to deal with because of torps and secondaries and fast ship, lots of guns, so I got to be careful how I engage this guy. I really want to go through the channel and try and get some torps on him and kind of cross the T, so to speak, but I don't know if I can actually get there. I don't know where their mains is. All of a sudden I become spotted, so kind of looking at the map there to get an idea of where that guy might be. I go unspotted, so I know he's behind a rock someplace, and here comes some shots. Airplane up, so I can't go through that channel. I can't sneak up anybody. Gonna try and drop spot, get in a position where I can't get shot because I can't afford to take much damage, and see if I can handle this Brandenburg and maybe get lucky. He'll overpen me, but I gotta try and get him off the board, but I gotta be careful how I do it. Main shows up. Kind of surprised me that he showed up over there, and when I get a look at him, he's really broadside. So at this point I'm thinking to myself, I can wipe this guy out and we can wrap this thing up. So put some shots out. He's at a little bit of an angle, and hoping that I can dev strike this guy. Shots land pretty well, but take a good chunk, but don't do as much damage as I would like. So now I'm in a tough spot because I'm going to be taking shots in the face. Don't want to be set on fire, so I'm trying to get close to the island and avoid torps, hoping to be able to get the mains at an angle where he can't get shots over. That starts happening there. Torps go floating by, so now the chase is on for the Brandenburg. I got to survive getting hit, because I know I'm going to get hit by this guy with a lot of guns. Try and get an angle to minimize the damage and hope that I survive. So secondaries aren't going off on me. Get some shots off. Takes a good chunk. I'm lucky to survive, but I just need to get shots off to get that guy off the board. So able to knock him out. Happy about that. That goes up to kill 7, and I'm closing distance on this mains. Spotted. I don't have too much of a choice, though. I've got to find this guy, and I got to take him down. I don't have a radar anymore, or an airplane, so I got to hope that I can meet him someplace. And now that I'm unspotted, try and change position, maybe move in a direction he's not expecting. And as it turns out, there he is. Take the shots while I can get him, right through the face. Everything hits him. That's 8. Doesn't happen too often, but as you look at this replay, you'll see that the circumstances were just right. Able to clear my side, move to the middle, help out there, meet the other guys, and finish them up. So that's that game. This is my first time ever doing audio. This is my first take. Hopefully it came out pretty well. I'm not planning on doing this a lot, but that's the end of the game there. A lot of silver, a lot of medals. We had a potato King George, if you could believe that, and there's the rest of the breakdown. Take it easy, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.